Right guys, it's going to be a quick little update on Bojack, Chloe, Pepe and Pepe2. Starting off with Wojak, guys, we've been dropping like it's hot for a little bit now, and looking at this beautiful looking chart, guys, look at this. We actually gone up way above the last highs, turning to an all-time high. Then eventually, because we saw like massive move to the upside, eventually we would come back down to retest these levels over here. Now check this out guys, as long as we do stay above these levels here, then that means we could be expecting a, why is that, that's not working, here we are. So let's say for example, if we do stay above this level up here, that's poorly drawn, let's say something like this. All right, let's change this color into, oh, it won't let me. All right, cool. So let's say for example, oh, here it is. All right, very bad start guys, I know, do apologize. Okay, so as long as we stay above this line over here, then we should be on continuation to the upside. That's providing this is like a fake out, because we're actually dropping down below this level. Obviously I don't like trading like this at all. I much rather look at levels like this. Reason why? Because it gives me a lot more accuracy within looking at something like this. Ultimately we see like so many candles there, we've broken up, we're going to eventually come back down to retest this level here, because it is acting like a magnet of support. Zooming in, you can actually see it for yourself. We didn't quite hold this area as a support, we just came crashing down and literally almost retesting this levels over here. Now some could say if I was to drag that higher, because if you look at all the amount of wicks in that area there and the bottom half of the candle, that this could be a better drawing for the possible support area or the support zone. So that means once we come down to the support zone, anywhere along here would be potentially a good trade for a move to the upside. However, I could see a possible even more pullback, or at least down towards these body of the candles. So that means if I pull out another one around about here, I reckon we got a stronger case, like anywhere around about here. Oh, hang on. Anywhere around about here would be a stronger case. So what I'm doing myself right now, actually, I've already placed quite a few limit orders around about there, because once we do come back down, I doubt we'll stay for long. I reckon it might just wick or even just create a candle body, then ultimately pushing itself to the upside for a couple of reasons. One, after we made this massive move to the upside, we're just printing only green candles. Normally that means we have to come back down to retest this zone, which is almost exactly what we're doing right now. That's one. Secondly, as we will be coming down, bear in mind it's a weekly chart, we've been printing just red candles. Started off with small, then became slightly larger, same size candle, then even a bit more of an engulfing compared to this one, but it's still got a wick at the top, not so much for the bottom. So that gives me a good reason why we should come down even further. Hence why I placed few orders down here, because once we do come back down and trigger one of these trades, that means I should be expecting anything in the region of, here we are, like 137% move to the upside for this one. I've actually got another one down here at the bottom of the larger rectangular box, because just in case if we do make a deep pullback and we do actually wick that trade as well, then potentially I'll be in two trades. This one here would give me 137%, whereas this one here, it would give me, check this out guys, another 232. So ultimately that will give me, yeah, just over 400% all in total between these two trades. And that is the power of having multiple trades playing at the same time. Possibly we might not even wick into the second one and just maybe wick me into the first one, which will give me like 170% move to the upside. So that's the sort of trade that I'll be looking for. We just need to wait until we see a little bit deeper pullback, and that'd be a perfect area to get in. It's not financial advice, guys, just let you know exactly what I'm doing, because we went higher than this level up here. Instead of using that as support, we came crashing back down, but ultimately we will use this as a next level for us to target. Once we break above this level over here, we could only expect a much higher high. In fact, that will be in its discovery phase, and we can see Wojak going much higher. So that is my bullish case scenario. The bearish case scenario is if you don't hold this level here, we should be expecting a much further move to the downside. So let's say, so why don't we just pull the chart up a little bit, and that means our bearish case scenario would be if we pull back into this level over here. So that means from the breakout from the rectangular box from here down to here, that should be another 65% move to the downside. Either way, guys, if you hold that, your job is just to add more to your bags as we are dropping like now. If you pull back even more around about this level, that is still a perfect area for you to accumulate for a bigger swing to the upside. So now you have the bullish case scenario and the bearish case scenario for Wojak. So let's head over to Chloe. Chloe is not doing too bad at the minute because structurally we are still pretty bullish if you ask me. We did come back down to retest these levels over here. These lines here represents my last trade where I've literally over here actually, where we've literally made almost 446. We then pulled back, and that was the area where I've pulled all my or took all my profit. And ever since, we did came back down here to retest this level there before ultimately bouncing above the second green line to retest this level here. Now we're still quite, I won't say we're quite out of the woodwork yet because we are currently stuck in a zone. And that zone is this, from here to that bottom green. Until we push much higher and break above this level here, then we should be expecting a retest back up to this level and hopefully smashing through that to get into the all-time highs and into a discovery phase. So only until I see a breakup above this level here, I should be expecting a retest in this region there, and only until I see a breakout move, then that could be also a decent trade if you're an intraday trader. But if you're a hodler, you want to be adding more to your bags here, and hopefully you've done so there as well. Now that is just a quick analysis on Chloe, because structurally we're still very bullish. If you've gone in here, there, hold on to your hats. Obviously we came back down to retest this level. Hopefully you added more to your bags, and we could be quite literally off to the races. Just keep an eye, and I'll keep on giving you an update. Oh, and guys, if you like to learn exactly the way how I simplify my trades and trade setup, you can quite easily head over towards my Patreon, and I can teach you fourth tier, which is the most popular one, called the Total Crypto 23 Trading Coach. Otherwise, if you want to skip that process and just like to receive a trade course, you may do so for £8.50 if you're from the UK, or $10 if you're from the US, or wherever your currency from around the world, where you receive just a call out, and those call outs will be something similar to this. Let's say, for example, we are on a verge of breaking out this area here. You receive a call out for this one. If we're on the verge of touching and on the verge of breaking out this region there, you will also get a call out message by you joining either on a Telegram or the Patreon, ideally Patreon, because you'll be notified straight away with all the latest changes and also trade call outs from the minute we are approaching these all important zones, so you can start making more profitable trades for only £8.50 or $10 or whatever from around the world. So why don't we now head over to 3, 2, 1. So why don't we head over to Pepe? Pepe currently is looking, wow, look at that. Looking pretty bearish, guys, because if we zoom in a bit more, I want to say it's all too bearish actually, because we're still ranging from this level over here. Yep, that level there. From the daily chart, we're just going sideways over here. However, structurally we have broken down below this level, which means that we are in the bearish territory and we could in fact go even further down, and that down would be right back down into this region here, where we've only stayed here for 3 days before ultimately pushing up higher from that level, or this level. Now just going to be zooming out a little. Yes guys, so if you do fall back down, this should be the first interest area to reaccumulate or to place a trade. So from here to there is approximately 40% move to the downside. In fact, because this is from a KuCoin database, you could actually go in for a sell once we do break out from this area here. Now let's check this out on that slightly smaller time frame. Let's go for the 4 hourly. Alright guys, so on the 4 hourly it looks like we're still ranging here. I would just need to widen that a little bit. So yes, so only until we break out and below from here, that'd be a good area for an entry, but still we need to see a close candle, well, a candle close below here for that 40% move to the downside. Otherwise, as we can clearly see here, we've gone up here, we then pull back, we've done that rounding from the bottom, didn't quite break to the upside, but we came crashing back down into this level. That's of course due to BTC also pulling back. Now we're just ranging in this level. Once we do see a breakout on this level to the upside, we need to see a breakout from this box from here. Only until we do so, then we should be expecting a push back to the upside, and that possible trade from here to there would only 31% move to the upside. So that's not too shabby if you ask me, but if you're hodler, you want to be adding more to your bags here and along the bottom as well. Structurally, it's not looking the best, not going to lie at all. By zooming even further out on the weekly chart, you can just see it for yourself from here. Oh, look at that, guys. So it looks like it's even high probability that we should come back down into that level there, that 40% move to the downside from this region over here. Yep, that's looking like it is highly probable. Is it a guarantee? Nothing is guaranteed, of course, guys. I do not hold the crystal ball, so I can't make such bold and crazy predictions to say that we are going to be headed back down there. Hence why this is not a financial advice. So structurally it's not looking the best, but it could be a perfect area for reaccumulation. So I've given you the small bullish case scenario, but the bears coming back down into this region over here. If you do break that, guess what, guys, we'll fall down even much further to around about from that start of the massive push to the upside. So yes, that is how Pepe is looking like at the minute. Let's go to the final meme, and this one is the PEPE2. Now PEPE2 haven't exactly broken up from its last all-time highs. We did kind of peep up, but then we drastically came back down to this support level right here. In fact, if I zoom in a little bit more, yes, look at this. So from here to there, guys, we are in a, I like to call it a critical zone, because if I bring out the arrow, this area here acted like a, well, like a support. That's it broken up. We came back down, and then we thought it was going to be a support. We saw these two green candles, and I thought we should be heading away much higher from here. clearly that didn't happen. We'll pull back quite drastically, followed along with BTC, and it looks like if we do break out from below, we should be heading way back down into this region right over here. Now let's pull out another box. Now this should be our last target before we see a major capitulation back down into this region down here. So right now we just need to wait and see how we react for this week. If we hold there and we see maybe on the daily chart more green candles, then we should be expecting at least a bounce out from here. As long as we see the next candle to be an engulfing one, then yeah, we should be able to retest to this level quite easily, and then hopefully smashing our way to the top. But ultimately guys, it's in better shape than Pepe. Pepe is perhaps the worst shaper of the four mentioned tokens. Otherwise, PEPE2 is not too bad if you ask me, but there are some caveats, of course. We just need to hold this level, and then once we do break up above this engulfing red candle, then we should be at least retesting back to the last highs, then ultimately into the discovery phase. Now in terms of percentage from here to the last all-time highs, that will be approximately 149% move to the upside. But I would wait simply, if you ask me, until we break above this level here for a long position, because that way you increase your probability of winning this trade from there to the upside. If we go here, for instance, we could come crashing down even much further potentially. That's why I'd much rather wait until I see an actual trend going up. If I see a continuation, like a slight little break up from this area, then that would be a perfect long move to the upside. That is just my strategy, of course. Once again, you can learn that by heading up towards my Patreon. Otherwise guys, I'm going to leave it here because it looks like there's nothing else to report on Pepe2. Pepe is not looking that great at all, and Chloe is perhaps, as the Pepe2 and Chloe is actually in a very, very decent position. But guys, I'm going to leave it there. This is going to be the end of the video creation for today. I hope you find it useful and informative. If you haven't done so already, do me a favor, give me a like, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you'll be updated with all my latest videos. And if you haven't done so already, you may subscribe to me right over there. Even if you checked out my last two videos over here and there, go check them out, and I'll see you all in the next one.